Okay, all right. I want to thank you all for joining me again on Living and Surviving in America. I want to thank you for showing up and listening to the program. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. I mean it. Okay. All right. We're going to get started. You know, a lot has happened in this country in the last couple of weeks, and one of the main things that's happened that I'm really pleased to see is that gasoline prices are starting to come down. So that's great. I hope that you guys think it's great too. I really do. Okay. All right, let's not overdo it, okay? All right, so, but they are. Gas right now is around $3.99 a gallon. So that's great. That really is. You know, you think you're ever going to see 279, 289 a gallon of gas? No. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that's ever going to happen. There's too much going on that is hurting our economy. Way too much. One of the things going on is we are just printing money left and right. We don't even care. We're just pumping it out there, you know? And unfortunately, what's happening is that we're devaluing the dollar. It's going down. Now it's going to take more dollars, and I'm sure you've experienced it, because of inflation. It takes more dollars now to buy a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, a dozen eggs, $4.50, $4.38 for a dozen eggs. Are you kidding me? I mean, these chickens must be living in castles, luxury homes. They must be. I don't understand it. I don't get it. You know? I mean, we're not importing eggs. We got chickens that produce eggs. But everybody jumps on the bandwagon because everybody wants to be part of this rising cost to make more money. They do. It's like the oil companies, and we talked about it. Look, they're not producing oil. Before COVID started, they were producing like 12.7 or 8 million barrels of oil a day. They were. So gas prices were like 280, 279, 290. They were around there. They went up a little bit, some to $3, you know, but we could live with it. We weren't happy about it, but we could live with it. And then, of course, you had the war in the Ukraine. We stopped buying oil from Russia. Here's the problem. We stopped buying it, but we didn't start pumping it. So, of course, the supply dropped. The cost of gas went up. People were paying $5.50, $6 for a gallon of gas and said, I can't do this. No way. There's no way. They can't do it. So the supply of gas started dropping because people couldn't afford to buy it, you know? So it's just kind of how it was. So it had to come down. It did. You know, now we're doing about 9.7 billions of oil a day. I mean, million barrels of oil a day. Jeez. The oil companies could have made up the difference. They could have. They didn't want to. They didn't. They were making bundles of money off of the profit from the increase in gas. Look, their investors said, no, we're not doing this anymore. No, we're not pumping. You're not. And they demanded that with the oil companies, you're not pumping any oil. You know, these profits are going up. We want them to go up. We enjoy making the money. And they were making billions of dollars. Billions. If they didn't do something to drop the price of oil, gas, there would have been a riot in this country. There would have. We are so close to falling apart. We are. We're very close. All we're doing now is we're complaining. That's it. We're complaining because it's out of control and we can't afford it anymore. We can't do it. You know, you got to stand up. You do. You got to stand up and you got to say, hey, Enough is enough. Who do you talk to? You talk to your congressmen, your senators. I told you before, you voted them in. You can vote them out. You can. So, threaten to do it. Start writing them letters and say, you're on your way out. You're not helping us, you're hurting us. You're starting programs you don't even have the money to pay for, and you're trying to convince us they're great programs and we're going to benefit from them greatly. Where's our debt today? Remember when the debt was like $2-3 trillion and everybody said, oh my God, what are we going to do? How are we going to pay for this? You know, how are we going to take care of this? Our kids are going to end up paying it. Our grandkids are going to end up paying it. We got to stop it. So, everybody complained about it, nobody did anything about it. These politicians come out with these programs, they tell you what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, you know, why it's going to work. They don't know if it's going to work. They haven't the faintest idea. But they do know if you throw enough money at it, it's definitely going to work. But you know what? That's not true. It isn't. You know, greenhouse gases are killing this country. It's killing the people in this country. It's doing it. So, of course, we want to build electric cars. We want to do that, too. I'm going to have a show on electric cars because carbon dioxide is destroying this country. It's destroying the ozone line. You're breathing it in. It's giving you cancer, emphysema. It's killing it. We're not doing anything about it. Oh, we're trying to. That's why we're building windmills and solar panels and electric cars. We're doing that. Yes, God, we're doing it. Great thing. We've been doing it now for quite a few years. And all of that stuff combined, you know what? It's only saving us about 12% of our energy need. 12%. And it's cost billions and billions of dollars to do this, and we're saving 12%. You think it's working? I don't think it's working. I don't. Maybe if they throw another 10 trillion in there, it'll probably end up producing 20 or maybe 30% of the electrical needs. Well, gee, that's wonderful. Except our dollar isn't going to be worth a penny. You're not going to be able to buy bread. You're not. You're not going to be able to buy milk either. That's probably going to be $20 a gallon. Look, inflation's going through the roof. Everybody says that. You know, inflation dropped from 9.1, it's dropped down to 8%. So it's come down. Gas prices come down. They have. They're at $3.99 now. You think you're going to see what you saw a year ago, before the war, 2 years ago, before COVID? Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Are you making a lot more money now than you did a year ago and 2 years ago? I mean, a lot more? I don't think so. You're not. Is everything costing you a lot more money? It's costing you a lot more money every day. Every day. It is. I remember on one of my shows I complained about protein bars. I like eating protein bars. I do. I eat a lot of protein when I can. I was buying 4 bars of protein bars, you know, and it cost me $5.99. I thought that was outrageous. I did, but I said, okay. So I got 4 bars, you know, for that. So it was like $1.50 a bar. I just went to the supermarket today. I wanted to see if protein bars had come down. I was getting very excited. I really was. And I looked at the cost of them, $9.49. Now, how much oil is in a protein bar? You know, because isn't that why all of this stuff happened? All the prices went up because of the oil prices? That's what everybody says. So everybody jumps on the bandwagon. We're raising our prices. It's got nothing to do with oil. Now, some of it has to do with shipping. all those cargo ships off the coast of Florida, off the West Coast and off the East Coast, you know, without having the manpower to unload them. So we ended up with a shortage of a lot of things, and of course the price went up. So that seems to be a problem too. Remember I talked about employment in this country? Even the American people don't want the jobs. Don't want the jobs. Our unemployment is 3.6%. Come on, are you kidding me? We have 11 million jobs available that nobody wants. I mean, where's the inflation? You know, the jobs are low, people are making some money. People aren't working because they don't want to work, you know. They probably just enjoy being poor, or they put the burden on the spouse. You know? Too bad. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. But we have devalued the dollar. We have done that. The dollar's almost worth nothing. Our debt is $30 trillion. And that's because we keep printing paper money. We keep printing it because we want to pay for all these programs that we don't need. But they tell us we need them. We need every one of them, absolutely. We even need all the programs that don't work, but we need them. We need them because they want you to feel better. They want you to feel good that something's being done, even if it's going south, and it's costing you more anguish, more pain, more money. Look, Medicare, Social Security, health insurance industry, you're going to end up paying a lot more money. You're not making more money, but you're going to pay a lot more. The senior citizens in this country, the veterans in this country, let's face it, they're getting screwed. They really are. You know, we just, for some reason, we don't have any money for them. We just don't. We don't have any money to fix Social Security. We just don't. We have $55 billion to send to Ukraine to fight Russia. We do have that, and that's probably gone up to 60 or maybe 700 billion. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. We don't have the money for us, but we certainly have it for everybody else. Isn't that nice? God, that's great. That's wonderful. So we end up suffering. We do. You need to stop. You do. You need to stop, and you need to say enough is enough. I'm sick of it. I can't take it anymore. I'm done with it. And you need to do something. I told you before, you need to write your senators and your congressmen. Look at, you voted them in office. You did that. You did that. Because you're a loyal American, you have a right to vote, you wanted to do your duty, you voted them in, and they started spending money left and right. They spent it on programs that don't mean a damn thing at all. They don't. They're not taking care of the necessity, the needs of the United States. They're not. We got a water crisis. Come on. We're going to go into water rationing. The richest country in the world, the most powerful. We can't even take care of ourselves. We're not smart enough to take care of the problems that we're creating because it's not important to fix it. It's only important to do it so we can make more money. It's going to come to a head. It is, sooner or later, and I'm sorry, it's going to be a lot sooner than later. and it's going to crash. You're going to end up spending $15, $20 for a loaf of bread. And remember, I told you before, it's not even a whole loaf anymore. They took out slices and raised the prices. That's insane. It is. Milk, it's going to cost a fortune. Eggs, it is. They're going to cost a fortune. All the staples that you really need to buy, that you do buy, are going to go through the roof, and you're not going to be able to afford them. You are. It's just, it's crazy. It really is. I can't do it alone. I agreed to bring this program to you to help you, to make you aware, in hopes that you would stand up. You would do something. You would raise hell with all these people and say, we've had it. You're either going to fix it and fix it now, or we're voting you out of office. And I don't care if you like them or not. If they're not doing the job, get rid of them. Because they're going to say anything they want to say to make you feel good, except they're not going to back it up with action. They're not going to do it. So if you start getting rid of some of these people and everybody else gets to see what's happening, believe me, things are going to change. They're going to change. The wealthy, they don't pay their fair share. Look, I'm not trying to deprive them of earning money and earning a lot of money. I'm not trying to do that. They have a right to do that. I wish I was one of them. But they don't have a right not to participate in this country, not to pay their fair share. I mean, how much is too much? When you're making hundreds of millions of dollars, what the hell is another million, another 10, another 20 million? Donate it, pay it, give it to the government to start paying down taxes, start paying Social Security, start paying Medicare, health insurance. Start participating. All you're doing is taking advantage. That's all you're doing. You don't even care. What a shame. What a waste. It really is. You shouldn't even live here. You love it here because of what you can do, how much you can suck out and siphon off of everybody else. And you don't care about it. You just don't. That's disgusting. Totally disgusting. You people need to stand up. Start getting the word out. Stand up. Telling them, enough is enough. It's too much. It's too much. Inflation goes up, the dollar goes down. Prices go up, you can't afford it. You have to do away with a lot of things you probably enjoy doing, love doing. Just can't afford it anymore. Just can't. There's some families, married couples, that are working 3 jobs, 4 jobs to make ends meet. They're not living in a lap of luxury. They're not. We don't care about them. Why should we? We're not them. It's not our life. It's their life. But you're experiencing it too. It's hurting you as well. And when it crashes, and I'm telling you, it is going to crash. When it does, it's really going to hurt you. It is. We're going to end up with 2 classes of people. We're going to have the extremely wealthy, and we're going to have the poor. There isn't going to be a middle of the road. There isn't. There isn't going to be a middle class. We're just not going to be able to afford to live that way. We're not. You're feeling it now, so am I. You got to do something about it. You really do. Well, that's my show. I covered what I wanted to cover. I did. We are going to talk about greenhouse gases because I'm going to tell you something about them you don't know. And you don't know it, but you're going to know it. And when you are, you're really going to be surprised. You're not going to like it. You're not. And I'm telling you right now, the electric car isn't the best way to go. It isn't. But we're going to talk about it on one of the up-and-coming shows. We are. So I hope you tell everybody about it. I do. I hope you're enjoying it. You're getting information about it. I hope it's kind of motivating you a little bit to do some things or try to do some things about it, because you're going to get caught up in it. It's going to ruin your life. The things that you worked so hard to have. And then one day you're going to look and you're going to say, what happened? What happened? I can't do this anymore. I can't afford it anymore. What happened? Then it's going to be too late because it happened. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. I really do. I will talk to you later. Take care. Be safe. Good night.